Well, let's move on to question number 2. And that is, what is your favorite Husker fan memory?
Okay, this is big, man. I'm going to take you back in time.
Okay.
Remember January 2nd, 1998. Where were you, Matt Honky?
I was in Theta Xi in my fraternity house at Lincoln, and just a couple hours away from marching down to Memorial Stadium, and with about 2 or 3,000 other people, and celebrating a victory.
Yeah. And this is beautiful because you ask about me as a fan. Well, this is I was getting paid to be a fan this night. And I believe that, I am the only person ever to be locked in to Tom Osborne's headsets. It was during the 1998 Orange Bowl. And I believe it was Jeff Schmall who had this big idea. This is Tom's finale, the last game of his illustrious 25-year career. We need to see, and I don't know how, but Tom agreed to it. And so my sole job as the HuskerVision camera dude was to shoot video of Tom on the sideline, coming back, talking to coaches, talking to players. And so I was wearing headsets, still kind of crazy even talking about it. Like, nobody else got to do this because I was listening to Frank upstairs, Coach Solich talking to Tom, and I was standing there on the sideline listening to Frank call plays. He'd talk to Tom, and it was just like, I thought to myself, is this really happening? Am I listening to this? This is live. I'm like, hey, watch this. Reverse pass. Yep, touchdown.
That was one of the coolest. Was that Reflection of Perfection? No, that would have been 95. I'm trying to think what the name of the 97 Tennessee HuskerVision tape was. We had like Unfinished Business. Gosh, 4 Straight Big A. That one I remember watching it. Of course, that was every Husker fan in the state was buying the VCR tape, taking it home and running it over and over again. But the audio that you're talking about, a couple of things come to my mind. One of them was Milt Tenopir, also up there in the booth, and we came out against Tennessee. And if you remember, they threw the whole kitchen sink to stop the run for the first quarter. I mean, 10 guys up right on the line of scrimmage. It was hard to move. And it was somewhere around the second quarter. And Milt's like, I think we can get a tight end release. I think we can roll out, and boom, there's the rollout and the pass to Sheldon Jackson. And it proceeded to drive where I think we threw it downfield 3 times, one time to Matt Davison, one time to Bobby Newcomb, and boom, we score a touchdown. We kind of we back them off. And then, by the third quarter, they were already starting to be worn out. The other one is when they scored that last touchdown at the end, and now we're up, 42-7 or 9 or whatever the score was. And Frank saying, I think you got one. I think you got it, coach. And they said something along the lines of, yeah, I think they got to give it to us. And of course, they're talking about, the coaches poll, that they've got to at least give us one of them.
That's exactly where I was going. It was 42-17. Somewhere over there, Peyton was crying. Sorry, Mr. Manning. But Tom needed his 255th win, and that was the moment. Ooh, I've got all kinds of chills tonight. But when Frank congratulated Tom on his 3rd national championship, like it wasn't hearsay. I didn't hear somebody tell somebody. Frank congratulated Tom on the national championship, and just like you said, Frank was like, you deserve this. They can't help but give you this.
Okay, Redcasters, formers out there. This is why I do the fan forum and why I want to. I love you got to tell stories for so long with Lance's Journal, and I want to talk a little bit about Lance's Journal in a bit. But this is fun. I loved it to be able to get the stories of fans out there and hear. I mean, to talk to somebody, and your favorite fan memory is I put the headset on and got to listen to Coach Osborne basically call his last collegiate football game of a 255, 49-3 Hall of Fame career. That is amazing. That is amazing. I mean, that's.
I am not going to argue with that.
The fact that recording psych up tapes of, Christian Peter and Tony Veland and the whole bunch, the fact that that doesn't top your list of Husker fan memories just kind of speaks to how cool that is, the experience that you got to have during just an unbelievable era of Husker football on top of it. I mean, the combination of those two things coming together, just that's great.
Yeah, that's the confluence of some amazing things coming together, and wow, I couldn't believe that I actually got to experience it in that way. Trust me, I didn't take it lightly. Even though I was much younger than I am now, I knew that this was pretty darn special. This wasn't the kind of thing that's going to happen over and over. And of course, we've suffered through the last 10 or 15 knowing that this was pretty special stuff. And man, what an honor it was to be able to take part in it.
Well, here's our friend Amy saying, yes, I've got the biggest, goofiest grin on my face right now.
Hey, girl.
Amy watching out there in Hamilton, Montana, the Bitterroot Mountain area.
Nice.
Yeah, geez, this is such a travel down memory lane. Loving this.